Calling all nerds. This is More Than Dice, the podcast where we dive deep into the realms of everything nerdy. Whether you're a nerd culture connoisseur, a tabletop titan, a miniature gaming marveler, or just someone who proudly embraces their inner geek, this is the podcast for you. And now, let's get to the show.
And welcome to episode 364 of Warcrow. Or should I say More Than Dice?
Yeah. I mean, we will be talking a lot about Warcrow, but this is More Than Dice.
Right.
And if this was Warcrow, you'd probably want to start with hello, travelers.
Guys, this episode we're going to be talking about why as a group and ourselves as we decided to play Warcrow as our game of choice of the year. We got that question quite often from a few people when we announced that we were going to be concentrating on Warcrow a lot in the year and helping it out. So we're going to be doing that. Hey, thanks Game Father for the subscription. We appreciate it. So, welcome to episode 364 More Than Dice. We're going to be talking about Warcrow, why not only as individually we decided to choose as our game of choice, but also what we are doing as a podcast for it. So, other than that, we're going to give a good shout out to our friends at Turbo Dork, makers of good metallic paints. Check them out pretty soon. They're going to have some new stuff coming, and they are going to be doing some good donations. Got some stuff coming to that. I want to thank Eldritch Foundry for sponsoring the podcast. If you need to go make a miniature, make sure that you go check them out, and you can go make your own miniature for your role-playing game. We do most of our characters for all of our in-person games are done through Eldritch Foundry also. We have a few sponsors coming out pretty soon. We're finalizing the deals with them as we speak. I think we have about two coming on, possible third coming. So we'll see how that goes, but we'll have to wait and see.
Exciting stuff happening.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We also all the stuff that we're donating to our good boy Seth for the Boker Brawl. I'll get an email. I should get an email from us pretty soon, and then I'm going to physically send him a huge box. It's roughly about I calculated it up and looked at all the stuff that we're sending, and it's roughly about $5,000 worth of War Machine that we're sending to.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We
got that boy. Good evening, Shadow Sword. Yeah. We got to help our boy Seth out and make sure his event is pristine and elite.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I mean, he could theoretically cut the donations in half for 2 years and still be enough prize support.
Yeah. He'll have to be wondering what's going on next year when he has to try to find price support. But other than that, let's get to the let's get to the business of drinks. Mizzy, what are you drinking tonight?
So I found something new at the dollar store today that I've been wanting to try thanks to various stories on TikTok.
Oh
So
God.
I have Arizona blueberry white tea to try. I'm excited. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. But we're going to find out together. Lester, what you got?
I have a white wine that Michelle poured for me. I don't know the name of it.
Chateau Saint Michelle.
Chateau Saint Michelle. Okay, that's it's named after her. So there we go. It's her favorite white wine. And then I have a Diet Coke and I have Lay's chips, which I won't be doing on air, but I love chips right now. So Gonzo, what you got?
I'm just doing the good old fashioned water tonight. I wasn't feeling good this week. got a little sniffly and such. Think probably just everybody coming back from hanging out with family just probably brought a bug back, and I was not feeling good. So just making
Everybody's
sure.
germs.
Yeah, it was just. I'm sure kids going back to school, people with kids coming back to work, that whole thing. Got me Thursday and Friday, just kind of knocked my butt on the ground. So just doing some good old
Hydrates.
hydrates.
So you
Nice.
both hydrates.
Do have one shout out, and there was Bob Weir,
Yeah.
guitarist for Grateful Dead. I mean, how old was he? I mean, he got to have been old.
70. He was 78.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely in his 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was 78. Yeah, he was the youngest member of the band. So
yeah. I mean, and the Grateful Dead was iconic band, so it's just it's there,
right.
type thing. I think that's all the shout outs we've got. Can't think of anything else. We want to shout. I do want to give a shout out for a group of people that did something very good today. Adepticon Cvent registration was very solid today.
Spot on.
Yes.
It was for the last 2 years, the Red Ring of Death had come up quite a bit whenever people tried to come up when people tried to register, and the queue system they did, which I immediately got a damn it Gonzo as soon as we started it.
You and your Faye bullshit, man. So
What were you, number 42?
so he was like 41, 42, some
41
bullshit. And
in
I
line.
am right there behind him, doing my thing. I am number 500 in line, y'all.
That's crazy.
What kind of Faye bullshit are you pulling over there, Gonzo?
And you're not, and how far are you guys apart? Like
an hour. Yeah.
At most an hour.
Right. So it's not like location is really key. It's just literally how many people hit register.
And if anything, he's further south, away from the servers.
Right. Right. Those, but like everybody hit, and then when I did it like 12:50 my time, which was 11:50 Central, I was like 4,000 and something.
Oh yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Were you able to get a VIG bag?
No. It was on.
When I got in, pretty much everybody that was ahead of me had already done the VIG badge. So
which makes sense, right? Like, I get it. If you want the VIG bag, go for it. I mentioned to Michelle, I was like, hey, if I get the VIG bag, we might have to go to FedEx or post office, Saturday and ship everything home. And she's like, how much? I was like, it can be a very big amount of stuff in there.
Oh yeah, it depending on what it is, depending on how it is. I mean, the badge was 180 for the VIG, which is with a swag bag, and their swag bags have been. You at least get your money's back in it,
right?
So.
I mean, like we were talking earlier, the Age of Sigmar starter box, I think MSRP was like 130.
Yeah.
Right, and then you figure everything else that was in the bag, it's over $150, over $180 worth of stuff. So yeah, it can be worth it to some people. Like I didn't want Age of Sigmar. I didn't want rats. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't like Skaven. No thanks.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I traded that away to someone else for some other stuff. And that's always a big thing at the very end, at the start of Adepticon, go into Adepticon web Facebook page and say, hey, I'm selling all this, or I'm looking for this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people doing trading.
It's a very busy Facebook page throughout Adepticon, all the way until like a little after Adepticon. Most trades, I think they archive it, or they basically say, okay, no more trades after this time. We're going to archive. But that's a very busy place, and if you're looking for something, I was looking for I think it was one of the Shatterpoint boxes that they had, and I think it was the Bad Batch or something like that I really wanted, and I was like, yep, I'll jump on it. I think Josh was looking for that. I was looking for a couple other things, but it gets busy.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Michelle has a question for Michelle. Is it the Chateau Saint Michelle, there's one in Woodinville, Washington.
Is this the Woodinville, Washington version of Saint Chateau Saint Michel? You know,
The what?
the, where's
The
the?
one?
It's from Woodby Island, yes.
Yeah, yes, it is.
That's where the vineyard is.
Yep.
Yep.
That's where my previous boss is a sommelier.
So, um, so yeah, we want to say that was a very, very easy. I mean, getting the VIG badge or whatever is always going to be a crapshoot unless you can get in really quickly. But it wasn't crashing, it wasn't lagging, it was smooth, it was clean. Got in and got out very quickly. On the so shout out to Adepticon and Cvent on getting that because it's always going to be a mad rush. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, as usual, please look after each other. We're gonna have to start looking at each other a whole lot more, making sure we're testing each other out, and just looking at each other's back, making sure that we're taking a good look about what's going on around us. World's a pretty crazy place, best way to put it right now. So make sure that you're looking after yourself and your friends, and we hope to see you at Adepticon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. This would be better cold, but I'm not mad at it.
Nice.
This is delicious.
I think I've had that bottle of wine in the fridge for a month.
December 5th.
Yeah, over a month. So it's nice and chill.
Nice.
So, we recently, as a lot of people know, when I got this question from a lot of people, we decided to put our War Machine models away, sell whatever went, and move on to a different game system and to a different game company. We'd been playing Warcrow for about a year already before we decided this decision, bought models, so on and so forth. And when we made that announcement, and we talked to Seth and all them, and got everything ready, got everything done. We actually got quite a few people asking us why. And why we moved to Warcrow, why we're no longer for War Machine, and we're not going to talk about the aspects of War Machine. We want to talk about the aspects of Warcrow. And so that's what we're going to do today. If you have any questions, please type it out in the chat. We can answer whatever you can. We are actually content creators for Warcrow and Corvus Belli. We are part of the Nest, which is their content creator group. We do get some advanced information on things. We're not testers, so we want to make and put that out there. But we are content creators. We've been playing Warcrow. I'm going to say this. About 2 years ago, I got a demo of Warcrow and I wasn't very impressed by the demo. It was just okay. But the rules were still in beta testing on it. So it wasn't, complete, not a big deal. I had some complaints about it. And then, a little over a year ago when it started to hit, some of the things that I questioned and addressed were actually fixed. I don't want to say fixed, but just changed up. Because even the guy that was doing the demo says, yeah, we've heard that before from people, so we're going to do it. And then at Adepticon, I got another demo and got to ask more questions and get more information. And that's when we started. And I called Mizzy up and I was like, hey, we're going to be playing Warcrow. And of course, I get the whole thing. Another
I'm just
fucking
here for
game.
the ride. I'm just here for the ride, man.
Right?
Mizzy is my tester of all games, by the way, people.
Right. Yes. And I had a person like that. So I know Mizzy, I understand where Gonzo's coming from. So yes.
So anytime there's like a new game come out, I'm like, hey Mizzy, we're gonna be testing this out and everything. And when the rules were officially announced for Warcrow, we didn't have dice. We didn't have miniatures. They just had the rules out. We had like printouts of the sheets and we put it over and we started doing everything. And our first few games, we totally fucked up a lot of rules.
It was so ghetto.
Yeah. And it's like the movement thing. You get 2 short actions. Oh, well, we thought the first movement was the first number and the second movement was the second number, which a lot of people,
I still to this day, even at Warfare Weekend, thought the same until you clarified that.
yeah,
That happened at Adepticon during the narrative event.
yeah.
And so yeah, no shame.
Oh,
Okay.
and there's actually quite a few influencers that have, and other game people, some very prevalent one that have like 100,000 watchers and subscribers that thought that at one point, because Mizzy and I were watching somebody when they were doing it, and they did the same thing, and we were like, oh, and then of course in the chat they're like, hey guys, you got this wrong, and it's a reason why we don't do battle reports. We do, battle, discussions. We take pictures and then talk about it. But that's because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and most people are pretty cool. Hey guys, that's not how you do this. Okay, cool. We're learning, and everybody's learning on this. And when we first started doing it, Mizzy and I started playing and started going and doing stuff, and we were like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty fun. Let's get into it. I'll buy the starter set. I don't, and I knew what I was going to buy eventually was going to be elves because that's my play style. But I had an Ember Sig, and Nestor's shaking his head.
Nestor's face says everything about how I feel.
And then Mizzy played her orcs because that's her play style, smash things, and such. And we decided we were going to do certain things and get things going. No big deal. We started getting into it, and we started playing a lot more. A few games, a month, looking at things, writing up lists, discussing things. They came out with their WTS style, which is for our people, are their steamroller format, their tournament format rules. And we sat down and discussed it, and we really liked it. And every year as a podcast, we get together and we say, hey, what do we want to concentrate in the next year? What do we want to work on? What do we want to do? And it came down to that we're all playing Warcrow more than any other game. Thinking about Warcrow, painting Warcrow, or Infinity. We'll be Mizzy and I are going to get back into Infinity a little bit more, get our models built, play some smaller games, get back into it. See if we do have a few local players, get some more into that. But Warcrow was, the thing that really got us. And Corvus Belli is pushing really hard for this game right now. They've got 5 armies? They got orcs, hegemony, elves,
Northern tribes, CNN, elves. I'm gonna call the Scions dark elves. And
Udom,
which
and
are the
Mount
Holy
Haven.
Knights.
Yeah, and Mount Haven is coming out at Adepticon.
The dwarves, yes,
Yeah.
and the dwarves.
So that's 6 factions in a year and a half, 2 years, give or take, how you want to look at it. Type thing. And technically, if you really want to think about it, Scions is actually 2 armies because it's
you have a sub faction.
Yeah, the caps and then the demons.
Red caps.
Yep.
And demons, yeah.
So you could technically, if you really wanted to get, it's like 7 armies. But this game, when Mizzy and I were testing it and we were talking about it, and the games that Nestor and I played and such, we were like, why are we having a ton of fun with this game? And that's when we were like looking at our games, and we're like, we're all in on this. And the one thing that really, really got it was I get to play the game. And I know that sounds weird, but Mizzy and I get to play a game. And it's because the game isn't over by turn 2A or 2B, depending on the, of what's going on for the most part.
Yeah.
Because the game is objective based. If you're going to take and you're going to say, hey, we're going to play the standard 250 tournament style WTS where you get the different things where you're going to be doing the scenario and then the feat, and just do that, fine. If you're going to do the narrative story that comes with the 2-player starter packs, even better. Mizzy and I started that out first, and just to test things out. And then we were waiting for models. And then we went to Adepticon last year. And how many games did you play, Mizzy?
I did 3 rounds
Yeah.
at the in the narrative event.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 rounds in narrative. And
Yeah.
and we talked with everybody there, worked with it, and we were like, yeah, this game's got legs. The best way to put it.
Oh yeah, because Mizzy walked away with the Warcrow Adventures boxes.
I mean, I went into Adepticon with my money saying, "Here, take it."
Mhm. Yeah, I wasn't sure on the elves by Adepticon, but when I saw the models, even if I wasn't planning on playing them, I wanted them. And that's a good sign of a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that with Infinity to this day. It's like, ooh, I don't plan on playing this army, but I kind of want the models.
Yeah.
So,
Right, and that's how I am with a lot of the scions. Like, yes, I'm going to play with the red caps specifically, but those dark elves, and as you call them, right? They're just family. And they're cool as shit looking. Like, I've
this
got
ain't Olive Garden.
when you're here, your family.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the family. Come on over.
Yep. Come on
And
by.
and this, what really got me into Warcrow was the narrative first mindset of it all.
Yes.
Of,
Yes.
you're there to play games. You're there to tell a story. Okay, and I'm actively contributing to it, even on my opponent's turn.
Yes. Yeah, because you're not sitting there, even on your opponent's turn. And this is why I liked Aristea when they were promoting it as much, which is another Corvus Belli game. But the whole, yes, I hit you, but I can hurt you back even on your turn.
Yes,
and I could do things to you even on your turn, can make your opponent think twice, right? It's very rare in other games where if I hit you or I'm rolling to hit you, it's very rare that something happens to me on that turn that can hurt me back, right? Most of the time it's like, oh, you hit me, I get to push you away. That's about it. No. Here is if you hit me and I get my switch on
I'm
my
gonna hit you
defense
back.
die, I can hit you back and not only do damage to you, I can give you a condition that can prevent you from doing something else later in the game.
Yeah, and that's what's when, going back and playing and looking at all the games that I've played throughout my entire lifespan, it's always been I do everything in my army, then you do everything with your army, back and forth, so on and so forth. In Warcrow, I move a unit, shoot with the unit, attack with the unit, and then you do that. And it's a back and forth. So we're always active on models. But what makes it even better is our ADH brains can actually do something while I'm attacking you, because it is a contested dice roll. It's not rolling to see if I hit you. It's rolling to see if your dice rolls affect my dice rolls.
Right.
Yep.
And back and forth. Unless you have elf shenanigan bullshit where you don't get your switches, then double.
Too soon.
And I think that's where this game really works really, really well for us in a whole, is because we're actively playing even when we're not our turn.
Right.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The attacker rolls, the defender rolls. The defender's switches go first?
It depends on everything that goes through with it. But and really, if you think about it, once you get used to it, your switches are going to affect everything altogether at once. When you think about it, it's like, hey, I've got 7 hits, I've got 4 shields. Well, we know those are going to cancel out. I've got 1 switch that's going to cancel out one of your hits. And it's an open communication with you and your opponent on everything, but. And you can figure it out quickly. Once you get it, you've got it.
Yeah. I think that's what, because I don't play it as often as you guys, it takes me a couple of turns to get used to it, and then I read my cards and I'm like, oh shit, this is what this model does. I should remember that for later, but
That
it's
is why
like
I will be making a cheat sheet on
yeah,
my abilities.
I think I kept my list for Adepticon very, very small because somebody told me you should have X amount of activations per game, and it really made sense. The problem is that Feudum really excels with its solo characters.
Yes.
So it's like, ooh, what do I do? Do I get more solo characters than I do units? It's
Well, and that's
anyway.
something that else that comes. Go ahead, Mizzy.
I was gonna. I think we're probably on the same track. Honestly, that's something that is also really good about Warcrow is that you have to make those hard decisions because you got one list. You better know it.
And you only
Yeah,
get for in a typical game, you only get 5 activations.
at
That's all you
most, yeah.
need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're if you're playing a game, you've got usually about 5 to 6 units in your army.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a solo or a troop or whatever, you only have about 5 to 6. And choosing who to make and what to do. Now, you could have more activations because if you have guys that are not attached to the unit, or if the scenario calls for this person can't be in a unit, that's what you got to do. But you have to really think hard on your list because there's no 2 list options. There's 1 list, and I
Yeah.
really like that.
Mhm.
I like 1 list options for the simple fact that I'm going to bring my best list to the game. There's no list
Mm-hmm.
chickens. It's just bring my best. Or bring my most fun, whatever you want to call it.
And to be fair, how many of us, I mean, from my experience playing in events for Infinity, I tend to power on with just 1 list. Infinity lets you bring 2, but a majority of the time I'm comfortable with 1 list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's make or break at that point.
Yeah, and you bring this 1 list, and this 1 list has all your shenanigan bullshit and all
Mhm.
your heavy hitting and so on and so forth. And you got to make tough decisions because right now we have more models and points than allowed for the game. So you have to come in and go, yes, this, yes, that, no, yes, no, and you got to figure it out. And it also comes down to play styles too,
Mhm.
because that's another thing. It can come down to play styles. But with only 5 activations, you got to be careful. Because even if you have only, say you have 5 activations in your army period, and you've got only 5, there's a times when even that 5th unit is not going to get activated again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can activate a same unit twice or more times, depending on how much stress they can have.
Yeah.
Which I think really is another one of the big key points to this. I charge in with Mizzy, and I hit her and do a shit ton of damage, and I know I need to take her out this round. This unit out, take it out this round, and if I don't, there could be a chance she wins or just whatever. And I'm going to activate that unit again if she doesn't activate her unit to attack me or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
me
don't smash
and
your face in yet.
yeah, but also me knowing that, right? Knowing I don't have a lot with this unit, I need to do something. I'm hoping to attack with a unit that will also not only hurt you, but if I'm lucky enough, give you another stress,
yes.
hmm
right? Where you're just like, crap, I don't have another an attachment to help with the stress of that, or I'm already maxed out of my stress,
Yep.
right? And then you're like, ooh, what do I do? Like, it's
There's
like,
that management of resources. Best way to put it.
yeah,
Yeah.
And like I said, when it comes down to the dice rolling, besides swingy dice, you can't help dice when they roll. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You just try to mitigate as best as you can with abilities or with whatever. But dice are dice, and when they roll and they roll and they swing. Just
definitely.
last week or a couple of weeks ago, Mizzy and I were playing, and we had 2 units kill each other out. I did enough damage to kill her. She did enough damage to kill me, and it killed both units right off the bat. Um, and it was just enough, and they were down to their last few wounds anyway. But I knew that if I didn't charge in, I was gonna have less of a chance to kill her, type thing, than if she charged into me. I would have very little chance to knock her out. Um, and like I said, I think it's another good thing about this is that we are actively playing even when it's not our turn. That right there was a very key thing for me. I know for Mizzy and Nestor is I don't have. I said I don't want to sit and wait 20 minutes for my opponent to play their game. I don't
Yeah.
want to be a side opponent. I want to be an active opponent.
That's what has kept me playing Infinity even part time, because it kept Warcrow is taking that from Infinity, which is it's always your turn,
Yes.
right? You do
Yeah.
not sleep on your turn, on your opponent's turn,
You have to pay attention.
because your opponent will take advantage of you not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. My opponent was looking at something else when I said I moved here and here, and he just said, "Okay, okay." I'm not gonna call out that maybe you have a shot here, right? In a
Miss an
casual,
ARO.
right? On a casual learning
In a
experience.
learning, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I will, but no. And in events, too bad, so sad, so sorry. Like, I'm going to move here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Oh, I'll shoot you back. Okay. Like, cool, but you should have said that first. But there are times that if you don't see me and you don't say I have an ARO, I'm gonna be like, cool, I'm gonna move to the other side. I get to shoot you. No, you missed your. There is that opportunity to say I shoot you. You did not. I am moving forward. Um, you know, stop texting your girlfriend and or your wife and fact
Play
that
the game.
I'm gonna come to your face.
Yeah, I mean that was something that Mizzy and I really hit home for us is she's not waiting, I'm not waiting. We are actively playing the game together. And with us doing dice rolls of she's rolling to hit, I'm doing my defense, really hit for us, and that's the reason why I think that's really pushed us to play this game more than anything. And with the game being objective based, and really good objective based scenarios. One of the things in the game is, and Nestor had to learn this the hard way. You do not have to sit on objectives. You can tag them and walk away. Now, there is a chance someone can come in and claim it from behind, through ambushing or movement or whatever. But in the game, when there's an objective and you claim it and flip it to yourself, you don't have to sit and hold it. You tag it, and then you can walk away.
Yeah.
But you have to be
Now-
careful because someone else could either come in behind and ambush it or move it or whatever. There's options. But I'm not wasting an entire unit just sitting on that objective.
Like I did.
Like, unless you're a Nestor and you messed
Right.
up and
And
totally
then
forgot.
I was like, oh wait, like completely later, and I was like, I could have charged your squishy unit that was in front. Now, to be fair, you did have your archers on the other side. They
Yep.
probably would have gotten the other objective, but then I would have been able to clear that other objective, gone back and squish those archers as well, because they were aggressors and they have really, 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 really big swords. So, like Gonzo was like, I'm gonna stay away from these aggressors. I was like, I think that's a wise idea.
Oh yeah, aggressors are mean as shit.
Yeah.
And that's another good thing about this game is the objective based system. Adding feats to the game, which they are every time you play a game of Warcrow, you choose a scenario, then you choose a random feat that goes with it, and it's a secondary objective to the game. That is actually, once you get used to it, or you kind of go, you're like, yeah, this actually works, because you're thinking about not only your opponent, you're thinking about the primary objective, but the secondary objective too.
Which is how it is in Infinity as well. There's you draw 2 secondary objectives. And sometimes you can't do them. And that's just the way of the game. Is sometimes you'd be like, I can't do any of these. I could try for one, um, but at least in Warcrow there are doable objectives, the feats. So
Unless you have no conquest value and your opponent is camping on the objectives.
then that's when you smash their face.
Yes.
And that's when you smash their face.
Yeah.
Because orcs have one job, baby.
That's that. What's your conquest value? I'm a Northern Tribes player. Oh, 0. Gotcha.
Yo.
I don't have to worry about, oh, they're on the objective. I have to worry about surviving to
Yeah.
stay on the objective.
Also, the pushing of units out of the
Mhm.
way, because you can push movement model units out of the way. The one thing that really get me, and it's interesting because a lot of games that are coming out are moving to this format. Is it's played on a 3x3. You know
Yes,
how
it
easy it
is.
is to get a 3x3 on a table now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing
It
something,
fits.
Yeah.
It fits on that. It fits
Yeah.
on that dining room table right there, just fine.
yeah,
Same.
you have roughly 7 to 9 pieces of terrain. Their terrain is very defined. Can't be any bigger than this. Should be around
Yep.
this many. This thing. Here are the rules for it. Very defined rules on that, which I think is good.
I think I want to add a rule called forest fire.
Okay, but hear me out. Deflect.
No, and forest fire.
Deflect and force fire.
Deflect and forest fire.
If you're shooting at me, I should be able to take my sword and ricochet an arrow to your face.
It's
I'm
called-
just
it's called-
saying.
Let's not call it deflect. Let's call it Anakin,
Yes.
right? Let's call it Anakin and Chopper. The name of the burn it down is Chopper because of the war crime.
I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Continue. Sorry.
No, not gonna happen.
I know, but we could
That-
dream.
That is the hill we will die on.
So for real, no.
Begging.
Whenever you're being shot at with a ranged attack, you don't get a lot of your switches because some of them are like, "I hit you back in melee." Well, you can't because you're in range. Type stuff, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of how it is. But going with that, there's a lot to this game when it comes to movement. Now the movement is very good. You're not moving model by model. You're moving one model, picking everybody up, which has come to become almost a standard in miniature gaming nowadays.
Yes, it is.
War Machine does it. Legion does it.
I think Legion started it.
Yeah, I think Legion is the one that first started it. One of the type, which is good because it makes the gameplay faster and cleaner,
Mhm.
and just you don't have to measure each individual model.
You take your leader model, you move it up at X, however movements.
Yep.
Then everybody is within X amount of meters or inches or
Strides, yeah.
Yep.
And going with that, the one of the things that was very interesting was the turn system. So, for everybody to know, there's a large dial that you spin around to show how many turns you're doing. I think Missy's probably going to grab one.
I have it right here.
Yeah, the 3D printed one she
Dials.
got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a little bit to get used to that, which was fine after you figured out why you're doing it. And the reason why you do it is because there are spells and objective things that use this. One of the really interesting parts about the game that is not being, I don't want to say not being utilized a lot, but people are starting to do it now, is using their spellcasters to do buffs or cast spells and so on and so forth. Because when you cast a spell, you don't just cast a spell and you're done. You can cast a spell and increase the range, increase the damage, increase the effect, depending on how much tinge you want to add to your, character type stuff, which I think is another big one. Missy's, anytime she plays a spellcaster on her orcs, always is like, put three black die into it. I don't care.
Yeah, because I'm gonna eat a rock or I'm gonna buff up
Yeah.
this unit 20 strides away. so that they
No,
can strike fear into the hearts of their enemies.
and there's some that will advance the
Hmm.
counter. Uh, to
Gonzo's
be like,
teleporting, bitch.
yeah, like treat it as treat this as end of round or something. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, it's time travel basically.
And there is a risk. They just redid the tinge effects.
You can blow up your own head.
No,
No, not anymore.
no, no. If I remember correctly, I think they took that out officially
You still
now.
get hurt.
Yeah, you get stressed out quite a bit now. Where is that?
Yeah, I think if you have one tinge, you gain a stress, or you can't remove a stress or something like that. So
Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, they did the rules update, and they redid how tinge works because, of course, it was pretty brutal. And of course, since Scions came out, they have a different tinge chart. So the tinge effects now is if you have tinge 1 to 4, you suffer a stress. 5 to 6, you suffer 1 stress and 1 damage. And then 7 plus is when you can get destroyed. And then everybody within 5 strides receives a tinge. They took away the one where it makes you scary and all that stuff, and they kind of streamlined, which I think is really good.
Yep.
Also on this is when it came out, like I said, it's only been out for like a year and a half, 2 years type thing, and recently they took and said, well, you know what, these rules are just a little too complicated and a little too much, and squished them down and made them a little bit more accessible,
makes
a
sense.
little bit easier.
Yep.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I know they're working on adding that, like updating the rule book to include that.
Yep.
Um,
There
I know a
is
lot
a
of-
there is a player that is actually anytime there's an errata, he changes the PDF document with the errata information.
nice.
It's also
Yeah. I did see that. But when we were playing this, and when Maisie and I were playing this, there's only been one game where it came down to shit. Gonzo, was stomping my ass, and there was no way for her to come back. But every other game, it's been actually pretty dang close, going back and forth, and people having to make decisions based on winning the game and not smashing my opponent. Because I could sit there and just shoot Mizzy, but if Mizzy is up on, control points and all the other stuff going on, doesn't matter if I kill her. She's gonna, she's got other units that are just gonna stay away from me, and then I can't get to it. So that was one thing I really like about this is we're always playing the game, and we're playing more than 1 or 2 rounds.
I think even I think we we stopped at the third round, but halfway past the third round. So like we had, I think it was like second or third activation.
Yeah.
Because we did the math at that point that there was no way I was going to catch up.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you do the math, and I do this with Josh, I've done this with other players. If you do the math, you can see if you're going to make it or not, even if you're close to it.
Yeah.
If you're close, play it out. But if you could do the math, and that's just I still call it a gentleman's agreement or a common agreement between players. It's like, okay, Mizzy, you're going to win the next round no matter what I do. Let's just move on, or congratulations, handshake, move on. Especially in a tournament scenario or like a narrative event, or where time is of the essence, right? Like,
Yeah.
If this gives us an additional 45 minutes to get lunch, I'd rather that, right? Like,
Yeah.
We are hungry nerds. Feed us.
right?
Yeah.
I will take the L, but I'm gonna give Mizzy money, go get me a hot dog. Like you won, you can go off your feet to go get us a hot dog and a drink.
One thing that we aren't hardcore tournament players, but we
Yeah.
did dig with Scott Tipsword and I and everybody. We did go over their tournament packet, And this I think really shines when it comes to tournament scenes. One of the big problems that we've all seen this, you lose your first game, win your second, lose your third, you're pretty much done for the
Right.
tournament. You're not going to win first, second, or third, because you're not going to get enough points. Someone is already 3-0, 4-0, so on and so forth. They're going to win first, second, or third. There's no, whatever. Now, if and that's very typical, not a big deal. And you see a lot of people drop because of that, which is
Right.
kind of a bum, because if I'm already 3-0 and two of my players dropped, my strength of schedule crashes. So if I lose against in my final round, I could go from first place to fourth place or even worse, depending on how the structure of the tournament is.
Right.
The one thing I like about this system is even if you lose, you can still win first place because
Right.
it's based on how well you perform
Yep.
in all your rounds, not how well you performed in one round.
Right. In Infinity, it is very possible in a 3-round event for you still to even not. I think it's very rare to get first, but it is very likely that you could end up in top 3
Yeah.
in Infinity, even losing one round because you may have gained more objective points.
Hmm.
You could have gained more victory points, right? Meaning how many of your models are alive. That is a tiebreaker. And me and Gonzo could be neck and neck, and him getting more objective points, even though he lost, can be the difference between him getting second or third place.
Yeah. The system encourages people to play even after they lose, which is
Right.
very important to me, as not only as a player but as a community. Because there's nothing to me that sucks more than we start off with 15 players and we're down to 6 by round 3. I mean, I paid, you're paying 15, $20 to play in a tournament. I want all games. I want every single game that's played. I want every single game. And to not be able to do that is kind of a bummer. So it's the reason why I like their system. I also like that, you have your base scenarios and then you have your feats. And the feats change every tournament because you could have objective, you know, hold the objective, hold the line as one of them, and then you have a random one in each one. And every tournament, what your scenarios are going to be for every round. All TOs push those out
Yes.
always
Yep.
before the event. So
The
you know
only
what you're going to be doing.
Yep. And then actually, it's the same way for Infinity. Just to let everybody know, when I would do, and just majority to this day, when you assign an Infinity tournament, you actually have to go to their website for Corvus Belly. You have to say what tournament, what type of tournament, and then even put the missions beforehand. So everybody knows, supplies, tic tac toe, biotech war. Those are your 3 missions for that day. And you always get the players. "Oh, I don't want to play that mission." That's too bad. Make a list for that mission. Uh, yeah. I think you and I've only played that one mission, Gonzo. So, and the other good thing is that the narrative missions are never really the same as tournament missions, which I
Correct.
love.
Mhm.
It's whatever the tournament organizer, the narrative organizer, he's basically dungeon master, game master. He makes up whatever missions he wants
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. Um,
And
the narrative events. Go ahead, Mizzy.
Mhm.
I was going to say.
yeah, I was going to compare it to, it feeds into the narrative play experience, even though it is a tournament and you're wanting to win type of thing. But along the way, you have these different scenarios and feats that you have to play into, and it could be a completely different game experience if you were playing something else, which
Yeah.
keeps it interesting.
Yeah, and that's another one of the reasons why we really like this game is they're doing a shit ton of narrative systems. every 2-player starter box has a narrative system that you
Yes.
play to learn the army, learn the rules, so on and so forth, and that's like 5. There's a narrative online. They if you missed our interview with Hoopu, they're working on more narrative stuff to play the game, which is great. Because I think there's a lot of games that only do tournament play or only push tournament play, and you're missing out on a whole new, dynamic. We were looking at um, the Adepticon registration for Warcrow since it went live, and there's more people signed up for the narrative event. That says something. When
Yeah.
we have more people signed up for the narrative event than the tournament events or whatever, great. Because that means people are coming and they don't want to, worry about a tournament scene or whatever. They just want to have fun, make pew pew noises, beat up things, and go have fun.
I remember
Yeah.
last year in the narrative event, the last round, I was making little bloop noises.
Yeah, I make fun of the narrative event that's gonna be like 90% elf players. It's just gonna be me and Mizzy as like not elf players.
I already told you, we let them destroy themselves, and at the very end, we take it all.
Yeah, I'm already gonna tell you and I are playing our first game together
Yep.
and let them kill each other, and then we'll deal with the rest later.
I'm really looking forward to see what our faction breakout's going to be at Adepticon, because of course elves are the brand new.
Mhm.
That's got almost the entire faction, but then you've got Feudum and Scion that are ramping up, and they'll have at least a minimum of 2 more releases. You got your January and February release. You won't get your March release, and then the February release, that's coming. The January release, we already know what we're getting. I'm getting my Clouded, which is my Cavalry, and then we've got February release, which technically will come out at the end of February. You can have it pretty much painted up before,
Oh, yeah.
Adepticon, if you really wanted to go there.
I think my release is just it's just the line troopers,
Gotcha.
the Gosimirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my January release. And they should probably announce the February release within the next couple of days or next week or so. Um, if they have one, but like I'm still waiting for the cavalry. I don't know what we kind of have in the picture of the main rule book what is the officer release, which is that Pegasus model. Um, if I have my book.
That could be your cavalry
Yeah,
leader. That could be your cavalry release model. We don't know. It could be just a new high command.
right. That could be just one like a special,
That could be your
special one,
mounted leader.
Yeah.
right? I think it's a griffin.
Yeah, it's a griffin.
Oh yeah, here it is. It's
What page is that?
Yeah.
uh
I think that's the biggest model they've got.
245. Yeah, that is going to be such an epic model. Like I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. But I mean, we got to wait and see, what's going on. They did say that, pretty much the elves or the elves are pretty much done because we only have 2 releases on that. The orcs are done. The feudum are done. Not feudum. Elves, orcs, and Embersig are done for now because they're going to get like the basic of everything and then bring out a few things to come out later a little bit longer. But we just got to wait.
But when I went to Gen Con, I was able to get these bad boys.
Ooh, patches,
Yeah,
Patches.
patches.
they do the patches.
Which as a Infinity player, those were big for me back in the day.
They're big. That's one of the things that everybody's just really big on is they have patches.
Yeah, I don't care. Honestly, I think that would be my big thing. Oh, I did have the Warsenal acrylic
Oh yeah.
for
Oh,
her. So this will be coming with me.
their widgets are gorgeous. I've got a Dark
Oh,
Master one, and then Ice Bear on my other one.
I have that one as well. I think I have all the widgets, the measuring widgets for Warcrow. What I don't have are like the objective tokens or the tokens in general.
Mhm.
But I
I
have
don't
the
have the
dice.
I don't have the acrylic tokens, and I don't have the dice yet, but on my shopping list of Adepticon is I'm getting a set of acrylic dice because
Mm-hmm.
I
Now
that was that came with the box hate me.
I have 2 starters, so I have 2 sets of dice, but I lost 2 dice. I don't know where.
Oh dang.
So, but I like the acrylic dice. I like the look
Hmm.
of the
They're
cloud.
pretty.
Yeah, and they're just at that point. I put them in a dice bag. They're all there. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
He's working on his printer.
Sorry. They come up and I'm like, I'm doing a lot of printing right now. We're doing some help with the Adepticon Warcrow event, and so I was like, oh, I need to hurry up and get this done. So I was like, oh, we need to change out and put new stuff in there. So, guys, the reason we really like Warcrow is not only we're active playing the game while we're playing. We're not waiting for everybody else to get done. The company is very supportive not only of the players, but also of the community and the content. They are actively putting out good narrative events. The models are really cool. The models have been really fun. And to me, it's just really, really good.
Yeah,
They're doing a lot of good
is
things.
it is under 18 months old
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was the first starter was Gen Con 2024. So everyone's like, well, they just released a second starter. It's not really a starter. It's just a second 2-player. Okay, you can call it a starter because it does walk you through it, but um it doesn't have the tokens, I don't think. I have to check.
Well,
But
either way, it's another way to get you and your friend in if you are wanting just those 2 factions.
Yeah.
mhm, yeah.
So,
And the feudal models are the ones I built so far from that second 2-player starter. That starter is, in my opinion, the models are way better quality than the first starter.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
100% agree.
Right. And when I saw them at Gen Con, I was very iffy on whether I was going to get that starter. Right. Because I was like, another starter. I've done this before. I've done this with Infinity. And then I look at the models and I'm like, oh my God, the feudal models are tremendous.
Oh yeah.
And the scions as well, where you look at those models and they look so good. Where Gonzo's like, hey, what are you gonna do with those scions? I'm gonna build them. Eventually, I will build them and play them, right? Because they look so good, right? Like, I don't mind being the bad guy in this game compared to like Warhammer.
So,
Right?
and here's the thing: are there really any good guys in this game?
No.
Exactly.
Hegemony, I would say, is the closest to good guys. The closest. That's about it. It's by this much, all right. Compared
Just a tiny smidge,
to
maybe.
because even the I would say northern tribes are more good than anybody else.
We're simple people. We just want to smash
Look,
things.
you're not smashing things to smash it. You're smashing to get away from your lands that is being taken over by the fog,
Yes.
right? Like
Hmm.
you're barbarians, right? Like
Yeah.
you're trying to get away and you're trying to survive. That's anybody. You're refugees. Let's just put it that way,
Yeah.
right? Feudum, I think, is the most, if not the second most evil faction in the game. Like they are they're Menoth.
The Minoff.
They're Menoth, man. They're religious zealots. They're Black Templars if you're a Warhammer player. Like,
And then you've got the Scions that are just like,
We're
we just want to
family.
live our life. We just want to live our life. We want to protect our
Scions?
family.
Scions just wanted to live their life. Honestly.
Exactly. They want to
They
live
j-
their truth, live their life. Just leave them alone, and you won't
The-
have any problems.
And the elves are the stereotypical grandparent that said, "No, get out my house," right, and kick the Scions out.
yeah,
And the elves
Leave our
were
forest
like, "No,
alone.
like, we don't want you in our forest." They kick you out. Like, damn. You
it's
wonder
'cause we
why the
weren't
Civil
playing.
War happened.
We weren't playing by the old traditional rules. So we said, let's make our own rules.
Yep,
We do what we
Li-
want.
literally. Damn elves.
Yeah, we've had a really good time not only playing the game, but also with the company and the community. The community is still very new. Still out there doing certain things. And it's been really good. Like I said, last year Adepticon was the first event. And I put quotes around that for Warcrow. And we had like 20 players, which is a good start.
Yep.
We're behind it. We want to see this company, or not company, but community grow. We're always putting out content for it. We're going to be doing and supporting, and we're actually going to be doing some sponsorship for this community to help them grow. Not only Warcrow, but Infinity also. So we've got a bunch of stuff coming to help them out, and we got some companies that sponsor us that are going to help also. So we're looking forward to it. If you're interested in Warcrow and you want to play a game or want to look at demo, there are people that have plenty of good demo how to play videos, whatever. Our good friend Warbudgies is doing a huge narrative for Warcrow. If you liked his stuff that he did for Warcaster and his Warcaster narrative stuff, he is going to be doing the same thing for Warcrow. And we can't wait to see that. And where he's getting his studio set up and everything for it. So I can't wait to see what he's going to do. It's going to be pretty interesting.
He has posted some teaser pictures of the map that he's building of Lindworm.
Yeah, a
And
physical.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, a physical representation of Lindworm. So it'll be interesting.
Is this the guy that does it on the MDF that we've seen, or is that another?
No, no, it's in someone else. He did the map of Lindworm, and he's actually like airbrushed like the water already. He's got everything 3D rendered and 3D done.
Very
Oh yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We shared one of his posts on the page that he's taken a picture of and sent it. And he's working on the narrative. He's gonna do I showed it to him, got him a book. Very much into the narrative part of the game, is going to be doing some good narrative stuff. So
Nice.
it'll be interesting to
Nice.
see what he does. Because he is the one person that's kept Warcaster alive right now, because he's the only one that runs it. And I think pretty much after this year, he's going to be doing like probably shelving that and just going straight with narrative stuff for Warcaster after Adepticon, and just doing Warcrow narrative stuff, which I can't wait to see what he's gonna do, because he's gonna write some weird narrative shit that everybody's gonna be playing in.
That's awesome.
So.
Oh, thanks, Mizzy.
You're welcome. I want to touch it so bad. It's got all the texture.
Oh, did you send a picture of the map?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I
If
want to
Hopo,
touch it.
if has Hopo seen this?
Yeah, Hoopo's seen it. She's
Yeah.
I actually introduced Hoopo and War Budgies together to get them talking and such. and get him
I love
moving.
that they're both birds. Get the birds talking.
Isn't that great? I'm hoping Hoopu shows up for Adepticon because um, I'm going to find people to be like, "Yo, get her tea," like
Not Lipton.
not Lipton. Like, just can like everybody stop by the Corvus Belly booth and just get bring her tea.
Find your
good.
bougiest tea.
Find the bougiest tea, right? Find the bougiest tea in your area and bring it to Adepticon.
Let's wait and see. Hopefully she can make it because it would be nice
Yes.
to do that.
Yep.
Guys,
I'm
go
really
ahead.
happy about that. No, I'm just looking forward to Adepticon. I was happy about getting my narrative event and my classes. One class sold out. One is got like one spot left.
Nice.
And I was like, and then the other is still. It's the sec. It's a. It's two weathering classes, so of course one will always sell faster than the other one. So if the other one sells out, it pushes people to the second one. So I'm hoping that'll be the case. But I'm looking forward to Adepticon registration, like we mentioned earlier, went really, really smooth.
Yeah, everything. This is going to be another one. I think that they're going to break another record because not only, of course, the hotel sold out ASAP. The games are selling out really well. The registration well. We did notice that the whatchamacallit, all the RPGs sold out and done.
Yep.
They're probably going to need to do more RPGs next year, type thing. So,
Wonder if you could add more RPGs now, or like
oh,
add more events.
oh, I'm sure you can use that.
Why don't you ask your contact?
My contact is only for miniature hobby events.
But your contact has contacts.
That is also very true. Wait, you have as much contacts as I. We
Do
both
I?
know. We both know the owners. All of us know.
My contact is on this podcast.
who happens to know one of the owners.
Yes.
So
you're not wrong.
Yep, did make a call to him last week about donations. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be worthwhile to like. I try not to bother him with something as it's one of those like, hey, let me just reach out to their contact, that about contact us page and be like, hey, can I add another RPG, but they did have a lot of RPGs, but nothing that we play.
So to finish out our Warcrow thing, you're going to see a lot more Warcrow content. You're going to see a lot more